I have represented victims of car accidents with semis and other big trucks for over 35 years. These accidents could have been avoided. Each week, I will share a tip on how to make the roadways safer. These involve steps that need to be taken by semi drivers, car drivers, as well as trucking companies.
So my tip for this week is for trucking companies. So unfortunately, just part of the business is trucking companies have their fleets traveling across the country, and this time of year they're going to run into construction zones. And construction zones can be extraordinarily dangerous, especially when people aren't patient. And so what my tips for trucking companies is to, first of all, make sure your drivers are trained. Make sure your drivers are trained on how to deal with construction zones, work zones. I mean, almost a third of wrecks that involve fatalities were semis, that involved semis in construction zones. So you need to tell your drivers to be alert, to be patient, to be proactive, to anticipate dangers and problems, and to avoid them. Drivers need to be trained not to be using their cell phones as they go into construction zones. Drivers should not be using their cruise control as they go into construction zones. So their drivers should be conscious of their blind spot. They should be following the signs and the speed limits and if it requires lane movements, if it requires them to stay in a particular side of the lane, then they should do that. They should tell their drivers to do that. And they also should be tolerant of delays because of construction zone. Now, some trucking companies actually are proactive, and they will try to route their drivers around major construction zones that are known to be causing delays. And so certainly that's another thing that a trucking company can do, be proactive if they can keep up and have someone monitoring the construction zones in the areas in which they drive. They also should have regular safety meetings. Some trucking companies call these toolbox meetings, whereas they sit down and they talk a lot of times right before the truck drivers take off, and they share information about construction zones, dangers, problem areas, and so oftentimes that can help drivers avoid problematic construction zone danger areas.